were satisfied, or at least I was satisfied. Some of the directors were not so sure, but I pull rank as majority owner of the company and said, we're going to do it. So we did. But at that time I came and I addressed the staff. I recall very clearly, addressed the staff, and I said to them, I really am appalled at the circumstances under which you guys work. I don't know how people could come into this building and be motivated to perform. The air condition didn't work so well. People were complaining of being ill. The carpet was... I came here in 1979 to do an audit training whilst I was still working GTM Guyana. And I was telling Chris, I still recognize the carpet and some of the chairs. So when I came and I saw that, I made a promise to the staff that we will do something about it. We will change the situation here. We will redo this place. And some of them thought that we will simply look at the carpet and we will probably paint the walls and we will remove the air condition. And I can tell you, because some of the staff have told me, they did not envisage what I had in mind. They did not think that I was going to really transform this place. And that was my plan, that was the intention. And I have always said, and you travel throughout the length and breadth of the Caribbean, people will tell you, particularly in St. Martin, for me, a promise made is a promise kept. If I promise something, I want to deliver it. If I tell you I will fix the building, I will do so. If I tell you I will give you a salary increase, I'll do so. If I tell you you will get a bonus if you perform, I will do so. I do not go back on my word, unless it's, of course, absolutely necessary to apologize. So Chris, salary review is up till November. But the building has really been a real transformation. You guys will get a chance to see the rest of it. There's a few things that I want to point out. First, about the NAGICO group of companies. A little bit about NAGICO. As you see, NAGICO was started in 1982. It was just myself and two staff, two girls that still are working at NAGICO, actually, so they're still employed there. I put a lot of value to loyalty, and those staff remain very loyal, and I will, in return, be loyal to them, as I will to you, if you are loyal to NAGICO, Trinidad and Tobago as well. So we started in a small office, myself and the two of them, and set about to build this organization. It was a very small company then. We started with just $75,000 in paid-up capital, and I'm very proud to say that today NAGICO as a group is a very substantial group, and as has been said, it's the largest privately owned insurance company in the region, where, and I speak in TT dollars now, our assets are over 1 billion TT dollars. Our equity, shareholders' equity, is over $500 million TT dollars, because to us, that is very crucial. You could have a company with a lot of assets, but if the equity is not there to support the assets, well, you have a clico on your hands, basically. And I don't mean to take a stab at anybody. But really and truly, that is it. At the end of the day, your equity is of absolute value to the policyholders and to everybody associated with the company. So to us, we take great pride that our assets are over $1 billion, but our net assets or equity is over $500 million, which is very important. NAGICO now writes over 700 million TT in premiums throughout the region. We have many qualified people within our group. We are in 21 islands, 19 territories, that is true, but I like to say 21 islands because I don't like to leave out, even though Maxine, reminded me this morning about it, don't like to leave out Tobago. It's one territory, Trinidad and Tobago, but there are 2 islands, and the same for St. Kitts and Nevis. Two islands, but 1 territory. So it's 19 territories, but 21 islands. A few years ago, I had a vision. It was called a 2020 vision. I didn't know at the time that the ex-Prime Minister also had a 2020 vision here. But my vision was that we must be, by the year 2020, in 20 countries, 20 territories. We have passed that. Well, we've got one more to go, but we have passed it in terms of the number of islands we are in. The promise was that we must have more than 20 qualified people within our organization. I'm pleased to tell you today that we have more than 20 qualified insurance people, and that's, I mean, the ACII, CPCU, FLMI, or the Canadian degree of the CIP. We also have 7 chartered accountants working within the group, because as our central banker here will tell us, you know, you need to make sure that you give a good account of yourselves, that you have to comply with all the financial regulations. You have to file things on time. Last year we were a little bit late with our financials because there was a restatement of the GTM accounts. This year, I'm sure the central bank would be pleased to know that we delivered our fully audited financial statements before the end of March. It's due in June. I think that's a good sign. We are very, very determined to make sure that we meet all regulations, all requirements of any central bank anywhere in the region, and we deal with many. We don't only deal with the regulators here in Trinidad, we deal with regulators in Curacao, and by extension, the Dutch government in Amsterdam. We also have regulators for the French Saint Martin, and by extension, we are regulated by the French authorities in Paris. And in fact, NAGICO had to go through a very rigorous test involving even Solvency II in order to get the license to operate in French territories. We are able to do that. We operate also out of Anguilla, St. Lucia, the Bahamas, Grenada, all of them, St. Kitts, they all have their own regulators, and we have to satisfy all these regulators. As far as we know, we have met with all the requirements of all the regulators. And if there is anything we have not done, I assure you, without one iota of doubt, that we will comply with whatever the regulations are. In terms of what we are going to do here in GTM Trinidad and NAGICO Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going back to my old GTM boy. In NAGICO Trinidad and Tobago, we intend to make sure that we have highly qualified people here in Trinidad as well. Because this is not about a one, you know, you enter, you try something and you leave. Believe me, we don't come in here and spend millions of dollars just in this renovation here just because we're trying something. We are not. We are here to stay. We come here with a definite desire to achieve great results here and to continue to build ourselves and the trust of our brokers, agents, and employees throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And we intend to continue to do that. We intend to continue to invest in a lot to do that. In terms of employee training, so far we have increased the employee training here at NAGICO Trinidad and Tobago. All our staff have done the state license, all of them, and we have 13 staff currently employed in the AINS program, which is the program of the CPCU. That is the beginning stage for you to then study to become a chartered property and casualty underwriter. Hopefully, all of these 13 people will qualify. That's an associate's degree, and hopefully many of those 13 will go on to become chartered underwriters as well. Because my plan is that since we are so far ahead in our qualifications before 2020, we think now that we can change that to say we can have at least 30 chartered underwriters before the year 2020. Hopefully, some of you will be part of that. We have increased our staff here in Trinidad and Tobago. We plan to make some extensions there as well. But we have moved from about 50 staff in 2011, the end of 2011, to 64 by the end of by now, while I speak to you. So there's been also a progression of staffing. What we have done here so far in Trinidad, our premium income has grown here from the time when we purchased the company, at the time that we were evaluating it, of some 40, let's say 45 million TT dollars, and our budget for this year is in excess of 100 million TT dollars, and I'm pleased to tell you that we are ahead of those projections. So we are pretty certain that we will achieve that with the help of all the employees, the brokers, and the staff, and the agents that are here. NAGICO has a few things that we need to continue to concentrate on. We intend to work very diligently to build a superior claims department with Denny, Janelle and her team, and Shami and all of them. We intend to continue to build an IT system that will be able to transcend whatever you have here effortlessly. It is a long process because we are at the moment doing the same thing in St. Martin. With that in mind, I want to tell you that NAGICO puts so much effort, and we are so serious about our IT development that we established last year an NITC, which is called NAGICO Information Technology Center in Santo Domingo, where we have employed 6 qualified computer programmers whose job is primarily to just build computer software, the NAGICO Insurance software. The whole plan is that we will be ready and prepared within the next year with a state-of-the-art program second to none in the Caribbean. It is our intention that there will be no program that could match what we will produce. Right now, as I speak, our Insurance Pro 2.0 is the one we are using, and we are currently building the 3.0. The 2.0 right now, I could tell you, we are in business throughout the archipelago in the Caribbean, and there is none that compares to that 2.0. So I imagine that the 3.0 will be even superior. I want to also say that we have several management trainees that are on board here. That's a plan that myself, Chris, and the management team designed last year, and that plan has been in place to appoint management trainees, people who are out of university, young, energetic, passionate, enterprising, like me, that is, so that they can take over as the years go by, that they can be part of the success and the progress and enjoy what NAGICO Trinidad and Tobago brings. And I'm very happy to say that so far 2 out of these management trainees already have stepped up further. They have crossed to meet the threshold of qualifications necessary, and as of next month they will be appointed full-fledged managers in NAGICO Trinidad and Tobago. Those people actually are here. That's Shireen Ramdial and Tanya Ramsing, so congratulations. There are other people that are doing management trainee programs. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but everyone that is employed or has doing any serious study and become a management trainee has the opportunity to become a manager within this organization. And I want you to know that we continue to grow. And as we grow, we will need more managers, not less. We will need more expertise, not less. And we hope that you will take full opportunities when they come. I want to mention, whilst I'm here, that we have people here from San Fernando in the south. And as I said, that building is probably worse than the one that was here before. I know Rishi has to work in those circumstances. It suits him because he had too much of a good life in St. Kitts. No, Rishi is a good, he's a good guy. But I want to make the announcement here that we will start immediately on the renovation, similarly to what we've done here. I don't know to the exact proportions what will be done. Architects are busy working on